What's going on, y'all? Forward with Fabian. We are back with a video, man. We're doing a reaction to a black dude walks into Trump rally. What happened next is unimaginable or unreal, man. This is coming from the conservative twins. So let's go ahead and hop into the video, man. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel.
Okay, so this black guy shares his experience he had at a Trump rally.
It's unbelievable.
Yeah, let me know if y'all believe this guy. Check this out.
We'll talk about one of them. There's a few different things in life that radicalized me personally. We'll talk about one of them. Back in 2017, I moved back to Florida, Orlando specifically, from Houston. I was in AV tech and I started working for this company, and that company just so happened to be setting up for Trump's rally. And the day before, when we had to set up, our like project manager, he pulled me and this the only other black guy aside, dark-skinned brother, I forget his name. He pulled us aside into the office and was like, hey, we're going to be setting up for Trump. Are you guys cool with that? Now, me at the time, I was like 22, 23, or 23, 24, whoops. And this other brother, he was older. He was my age now. He was like 32, 33.
But don't
we looked at each other and was like, yeah. Because this was like considered a corporate event. So we were getting paid like $40 an hour. And we knew it was going to be a long day because it was in an airplane hangar. Our project manager was like, are you sure? And we both looked at each other like, yes. So we go, we set up, and then we leave. We go back the next day. We get there, like we drive there. And I should have felt it in the air then. Mind you, I'm from New Orleans, right? I'm used to like crowds from Mardi Gras. I'm used to seeing oceans of people. But there was something about this ocean of people that like really threw me through a loop. I didn't see no black people nowhere. I didn't see no Hispanic people nowhere. All white. There were so many people there that like we couldn't even get into the hangar properly. We had to like wait for the police to clear up.
You think you would have kind of, drawn that conclusion. One, you work at a place where, you and another gentleman are only two black individuals there. Two, your project manager's pulling you aside, the only two minorities in the whole company, to kind of get your temperature in terms of how you would feel about them setting up for a Trump campaign or rally. I mean, I'm going to assume that's the fact that he was 20, early 20s at that point in time, maybe couldn't use critical thinking to an extent. But if me and the only black dude that work at a place get called into the office by a project manager, and you could put one and one together that he's like kind of questioning the fact that if we set up, will these minorities feel comfortable? I would be able to easily connect the dots and be like, yeah, this is going to be super white. He's acting like when he pulled up, oh my God, all these white people.
Path for us to get there. Mind you, we are there to work. It's a van of like 15 people. We get there as Trump is like getting off the stage, and we have to like wait in the van. He gets off the stage, drives off. We get out the van, and like because him and I, we were taller, so we were at the back of the van because there was more space. We get out dead last. And the people that were at the rally didn't leave yet. The police was having like trouble escorting them all out. Like, some of the media was still there. Bro, we get out that van and I got hit with an ocean of people screaming the N-word with the hard R, like a chant. And I was just like,
What? The media was still there, but Trump already left.
Yeah, just the camera crew.
Yeah, but why nobody reported it on this from the media?
Why did no one record it?
And why couldn't you remember the black guy's name?
Let's keep this going.
That's how convenient Trump left, and then this shit went down.
and I guess this brother, he looked at me because he knew I was younger, and he was like, hey, we got a job to do. And that like shook me back to reality. It was so loud in that hangar when it was chanting at us. Like sometimes when it's too.
Hey man, I've seen countless videos. As soon as a black guy feels like he's experiencing racism or somebody calls him the N-word, they're pulling their phones out.
Right.
The media's there. They're not filming this.
Yeah.
Because it's an ocean of white people chanting together
Yeah.
the N-word.
From when he was explaining the story, he kept focusing on it was a sea of white people. It was no black people. It was no Latino people there. Sounds like to me you got a problem with white folks.
This sounds made up to me.
It's not even believable.
I've been to well, they know who I am. We're the only like black. When we go to a Trump rally, we get applause and people stand up like,
Yeah, I get
that's some good
right there. We get a standing ovation. But that is hard to believe. I seriously doubt that it occurred.
I don't think that's hard to believe whatsoever. Like, what reality do we live in? I don't know where they're from. I mean, they're obviously from the South. You can tell by the way they articulate themselves. I don't know where they're from, but that's just like normality. You know what I'm saying? Not to say that I've been chased by a horde of white people calling me the N-word, but I've been in places to where it's just like you the only black person there, and you could just feel the energy. Now, were they chanting at me? No, but it's like it's not hard to believe that in my eyes. People are blatantly, with all the black fatigue stuff going on nowadays, these guys are literally the center point of reporting on black fatigue stuff. You see all the comments on X/Twitter, right? But it's hard to believe that white people could chant the N-word. What clown world do we live in, bro? It's like people find it so hard to believe it's just the odd time we live in. People are so quick to dismiss things when they're like when it's the actuality. That makes sense. It's like I find that so hard to believe. But we live in a day and age to where you can experience this extreme, but that's not hard to believe. But when somebody mentions something that's not even an extreme, it's pretty minimal. Oh, I don't know about that one. It's just like people who live in a box. You choose to live in your own reality, and you can't fathom somebody else experiencing something. It's just goofy to me. It's like me, I don't sit here and just dismiss everything. I'm like, man, we live in 2026. That's probably happening right now. At least I leave room for it to be, a possibility versus I'm not going to dismiss that. I'm not going to believe that because that's not my reality. It's like you got to realize the world don't revolve around you, bro. You know what I mean? Like, let's keep it a bean ski.
That did not occur. Trump left, and then you come out off the van or the bus, and they start chanting.
I feel like it'd be more likely that they would do it when Trump left. People want to throw shade at Trump, say he racist, whereas there's been two arguments in terms of the fact that Trump, before he even stepped into politics, when he was doing his thing as a savvy businessman, he was running in circles with all types of minorities. You saw him with all types of black people. Now, was that just to be, just for, the fact that it was camera facing or we was, video facing, we wanted to upkeep an image or an appearance? Who knows? My point being is the super conservative Americans that want to side with Trump now because that's like, the right-winged kind of play or whatever it may be. There's some racism in those pockets, right? Like, has Trump blatantly came out to be a racist? No. But just the professionalism that's tied with, and take that with a grain of salt, but the fact that he's the president, right? There's a certain professionalism that you want to try to keep and maintain. Is he going to be on stage screaming the N-word? No. And why would they do it when he's around? You know what I'm saying? Like, all I'm saying is I think it would be more likely that they would wait till he left. Versus if he's there, I'm sure there's rallies, they've done it. People have been racist or very condescending to minorities while he's there. It's just not hard to believe when you see the type of crowd that comes out for Trump, right? And we're talking about the extreme right-wing people.
N-word?
Because they see you. Picture this. They get out the van. They're like,
no, that did not happen.
It's just crazy to me because I think some people live a certain reality to where it blinds them to what other people the reality they may experience. Like, let's keep it honest, man. Conservative twins, they're light-skinned black people. They're mixed white and black. If, in all honesty, they could probably pass for white people. You know what I'm saying? If you saw them in a quick second, they could probably pass for a white individual. But so their experiences aren't the same as a dark-skinned brother. Let's keep it honest, man. There's some mixed people that I've seen be able to move or navigate in the waters of white people because some white people are just so ignorant they can't tell. They just look at a certain shade Oh, he's light skin. He's light enough. He cool. Oh, but then like if you super dark, oh, he's black for sure. He's not welcome here. You know what I mean? So it's just funny to me. I think Hodge twins are coming from a place of certain privilege that they're, and even on the fact that these guys are wealthy podcasters and internet personalities. Some of their relationships, you know, people cater to who you are. Some people will spit, you know, spit behind your back or mock you, and then be cool to you to your face. You know, so I just say that in the context of they may have people in their circle that maybe treat them a certain way, or generally speaking, people have people in their circle that treat them a certain way, but behind their back they're saying X, Y, and Z. I know there's people who say they're not racist, they cool to black people up front, but then they're racist behind closed doors. So it's like, man, come on, man, let's keep it honest, man. Let's keep it a bean ski.
Quiet in like a space or whatever, I'll hear it in the back of my head. At 23, 24 years old, right then, I knew, never mind all like the racist encounters that I had when I was younger, I knew right then you wouldn't be able to get me to shut up about this situation that we have here. You'll never be able to get me to shut up about being black. Never.
And then there's just some people who are naturally more sensitive, right? Like this guy seemed like it traumatized him, that situation. I was 20 years old and now I can hear them chanting nigger in the back of my mind. Oh, it just traumatized. You know what I'm saying? Some fools are just they sensitive, they soft. They will be traumatized by something like this. Me personally, nah. I ain't gonna lie. I grew up in an area to where there was a lot of, let's just say, real iffy white folks. You know what I mean? So, you know, like to where they would kind of be, like I mentioned prior, they may be cool to you, but then like, you know, they talking trash. They talking smack behind your back. You know what I mean? So I think if you have experiences growing up in certain places in the South, you just understand that this is how certain people are, right? So I'm not really sweating it. I don't really worry too much, and I've never been traumatized to where I'm waking up out of cold sweats and nightmares of people screaming the N-word at me. You know what I mean? Like, so, but I guess this young man, it affected him in a certain way to where a decade later, he's still traumatized. He's going on his TikTok or whatever it is, making videos about it. So I don't know. He said this happened when he was 22. I'm trying to calculate. Was Trump, that may have been his first term? Because how is it a whole decade? I don't know. Maybe the math is off. But yeah, he did one term, then he sat out, and then he's back for this term. So yeah, it's close to a decade. It was probably close to a decade ago. So yeah, man. I don't know. Comment down below. Let me know y'all's thoughts on this one. I don't really got too much to say, but I think that, you know, everybody's got different experiences. There's some black people who's never faced racism just due to the dynamic or where the environment they grew up in. If you grow up in a neighborhood that's all black, you rarely see white people. You're not going to really experience that, right? I know some black folks who never experienced racism. They don't even know what that is like that. And then, but those folks have never been in a room with a white person. So it's like, I don't know. I think I was privileged enough to be in a upbringing to where I saw a lot of different races, right? I saw white people, I saw Hispanic people, I saw black people, I was around Indians and Asians. I was in more of a diverse upbringing, so I kind of knew how to move in rooms with certain people. There's certain people, black folks, certain minorities, never been in a room with white people. So once they get around white people, it's just like this whole like, oh my God, it's like, it's so foreign. You know what I mean? And then vice versa with white people who've never been in a room with a black person. As soon as a black person oh my God. It's like they can't just be normal. Me, I'm the person, I don't care. You could be purple. I'm not going to sit here and just focus on you. Oh, well, there's the purple guy. It's just like, I don't know. I think some people don't really have character nowadays. And historically, a lot of people that haven't had character. So, I mean, what am I supposed to expect anything less? Like, I shouldn't expect anything more or less from people like that. So, hey, we're going to leave it there. Peace, love, prosperity. God bless, man. We'll see y'all in the next video.